Almost 11 years ago exactly, I took my first trip to Israel. I came hoping to find a place of my own, and we had been planning to move to Israel for 3 years at that point before someone said, "Have you ever been?" and suggested that I actually take a pilot trip. So we set off for Chicago. We borrowed luggage, and on our trip, we met up with a friend who asked if we could be a mitzvah shliach and take some of the computer products that he was sending to Israel, and he was obviously too cheap to, at that time, I thought he was too cheap to use the Israeli Post. Joke's on me. So we're packing, and while we're packing, my mother-in-law finally steps up and decides to be nice. And she's like, "I'll help you pack while you go and enjoy Chicago. And then you'll leave the kids with us, and then you'll go to the airport and you'll get on the plane," which sounded amazing. So we get to the airport, and they start asking the questions. "Is this your luggage?" "No." "We borrowed the luggage." "Did the bags ever leave your possession?" "Yes, they did." "Did you pack the bags yourself?" No, we didn't." "Are you bringing anything that someone has given to you to take with you to Israel?" Yes, we did." Within 2 minutes, the head of LL security had come to see who are these people. We are the first people in the history of LL in Chicago to answer every single question wrong. You'd think just from the rule of averages, we'd get a couple of them right. He comes to us and he goes, "So why are you coming to Israel?" And I'm like, "Because we're Jewish." They don't have a lot of imagination in LL security. It turns out they don't have much of a sense of humor either. So he goes, "You two are married." And I'm like, "Yes, we are." And he's like, "I need to see some proof that you two are a couple." And I'm like, "You should see us fighting on the way here. You would know we were married." So we're like, unlike Israel, which likes to link who you're supposed to be sleeping with on your Teudat Zahut, there's not really a lot of information that you can have on short notice that says that you are in America, that says you are married to this person. So we're panicking and we don't know what we're going to do. And we finally find this picture of our girls. And we're like, "These are our children." And he looks at me and he looks at my ex now, partly because of the story. And he goes, "I'll take it. I will accept this as the proof that you at some point had a close relationship." So we get on the plane and we fly, and we spend a week here in Israel. 2 days of which we spend going to different yeshus and different villages and different cities. And I'm wondering, the person who planned our pilot trip, what they must have heard about us, that they're sending us out to the Gush, and they're sending us to Tekoa, and they're sending us to Mitzvah Yericho. They're sending us. I was like, "What did you tell these people about us? Like, do they think that we're from Little House on the Prairie?" We would stop and say, "Look, another cactus." So, and then we hit Mali Adamim, which is when we figured out that's why they call it Holim Hadashim, because when you come into a new environment, you almost immediately get sick. My ex-husband decided that the best place to get sick was at the bottom of the escalator in the mall of Malia Adamim. So every time that I now go to that mall, I'm like, that paint spot, I think that's from him. So we spent 2 days touring. We spent 5 days getting sick. We spent 1 day on the Moshav, the Karlebach Moshav, where we realized that we are nowhere near as cool as we thought we were. And then we headed back to the airport. On the flight, we figured out what it really takes to be Israeli. The flight starts to taxi off, and we hear a woman go, oh. And all I'm thinking is, that bitch better be in trouble. Because we have to taxi back. Turns out she was in trouble. I felt a little guilty. They take her and her family off the plane. It takes exactly 30 seconds for the Israelis on the plane to grab all of her seats. I say to myself, I've got a lot to learn. Thank you.